The most dangerous cities in America. While most places in the U.S. are safe, some areas experience more crime than others. In recent years, violent crime has been associated with mass shootings, homicides, and other horrific events. The most dangerous cities in America see a tremendous amount of violence compared to the rest of the country. Here are the top 6 most dangerous cities in the United States and information about their crime indexes and violent crime rates. Number 6. Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore is the 6th most dangerous city in the USA. It's safer than only 3% of other areas in the country, giving it a crime score of 3. Every year, around 26,546 crimes happen in Baltimore, with 9,029 of them being violent crimes. So for every 1,000 people living there, 15.66 violent crimes occur. The total crime rate is 46.05. Baltimore's violent crime rate is almost 4 times higher than the rest of Maryland. The chances of being a victim of violence in Baltimore are 1 in 64. Property crimes happen about twice as often as in the rest of the state. Residents and visitors are more likely to experience property crime than violent crime, but the risk of violence is still very high. Number 5. Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland is the 5th most dangerous city in America. It's safer than only 2% of other U.S. neighborhoods, giving it a crime score of 2. Annually, Cleveland has 6,316 violent crimes. For every 1,000 people, 17.16 violent crimes happen. The total crime rate is 55.68. As with Baltimore, property crimes are more common than violent crimes. But violent crimes still frequently occur compared to the rest of Ohio. The chances of violence for the whole state are 1 in 297. Cleveland has about 263 crimes per square mile, while Ohio has 25 crimes per square mile. Number 4. St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis has 14.96 violent crimes per 1,000 people. The chances of being a victim are 1 in 67. These are lower than in Cleveland and Baltimore. But why is St. Louis seen as more dangerous? One reason is its smaller population. With fewer people, there's less chance for violence. But St. Louis doesn't have significantly fewer violent crimes than the other 2 cities. So based on its size, St. Louis sees more violence, making it more unsafe. Also, the total crime rate in St. Louis is 70, mostly property crimes. This is higher than Baltimore or Cleveland. St. Louis' crime score of 1 means it's 1% safer than other U.S. areas. So while it technically has less overall crime, its population, similar violent crime rates, and crime score make St. Louis more dangerous. Number 3. Birmingham, Alabama. Birmingham has a crime score of 1. Annually it has 4,065 violent crimes and a rate of 20.57 per 1,000 residents. The total crime rate is 77.09, mostly property crimes. Alabama's violent crime rate is 5.96, so Birmingham's is much higher. The chances of being a victim of violence in Birmingham are 1 in 49, versus 1 in 168 for the rest of Alabama. Birmingham has 102 crimes per square mile, although less than the other cities. It covers a much larger area of 149 square miles, so crime has more space to occur, making the rate per square mile lower. But Birmingham remains more dangerous due to its size and high rates. Number 2. Detroit, Michigan. Detroit has 14,589 annual violent crimes and a rate of 23.07 per 1,000 people. The total crime rate is 59. Detroit's violent crime rate is almost 5 times higher than the rest of Michigan at 4.95. The chances of being a victim of violence in Detroit are 1 in 43, much more than the 1 in 202 for Michigan. Property crime is more common in both Detroit and Michigan, with rates of 35.94 and 13.81 respectively. Detroit also has a high 268 crimes per square mile. Number 1. Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis is the most dangerous city in America, with a crime score of 0. It has 15,798 violent crimes annually and a rate of 25.15 per 1,000 residents. Memphis has the highest violent and total crime rates at 80.5. Compared to Tennessee's 6.75 violent crime rate, Memphis is extremely dangerous. Victimization chances are 1 in 40 in Memphis and 1 in 148 for the state. Both have high property crime rates at 55.35 and 22.84. Memphis also has a very high 156 crimes per square mile, much more than Tennessee's 15. So in summary, Memphis tops the list as the most unsafe city based on its zero crime score and extremely high rates of both violent and property crimes.